late first decade of the 21st century on a certain level. You look at the Million Man March, 1.8 million black men at the call of Minister Farrakhan gathering together for a Day of Atonement. And it seemed as though progress was being made. But what we have to remember is that underneath all of that happiness, a huge segment of the white population of America was incensed, infuriated over what was taking place. And in fact, there was such anger over the election of Barack Obama to the White House that it produced, if you all remember the Tea Party, and you remember, Brother Shah, the black congressional representatives being spit on,
right,
as they walked to the Capitol to go to work, and the re-emergence of violence. It's never been gone, but these open shootings and murders of black people at the hands of the police, and even when we see it recorded on all these available handheld devices that we have now, juries looking right at it and still saying not guilty. So it was like this moment of euphoria, and in the wake of it, it's like the Darth Vader sort of music comes in comes Donald Trump, who is able to bring about policies that harm white people more than anybody. The biggest beneficiaries of the Affordable Care Act are poor white people in West Virginia and places around the country. And even when they see here's General Motors closing 3 manufacturing plants under the Trump administration, who campaigned on bringing jobs back to America, but because he stands for the symbol of white only, he's allowed to do whatever he wishes. And so we're going to have to make this move and carve out something for ourselves.
Yeah, that's the ridiculous thing about every time black people are blamed for saying too much about racism. When black people always seem to be the ones holding out hands, talking about let's be together and let's work together. Since the 60s and Dr. King, it's usually the other there's the other people who are coming out and saying that's not what we really want. I mean, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama and the family, man, those people talking about how they would defile the White House. This is actual political officials sending email messages with watermelon. This is talking about Barack in Africa. This is stuff talking about Michelle Obama stinks and things like that. This is what was going on. This wasn't us. Generally, most black people were happy when Barack Obama got in. Everybody was willing to put everything aside and say we made it. That was a lot of people's like, okay, even the most hardcore black people who aren't in the political system, like when Barack Obama won. So we might have time for maybe one other call here. I don't know. Let's see. Want to take Jake? Jake, you're on Elevated Places with Dr. Ava Muhammad. Can you hear us?
Hey, Hotel.
Oh, this is Manson.
This is me?
Yes, it's you. Sorry.
Hey, I'm glad y'all took my call.
Yes,
man.
We're filled up here.
Biting at the chips.
Yeah.
Hotel, Sister Ava. Yeah, listen, I'm Brother Monsong, and I want to just interject that El Hajj Malik El Shabazz and Dr. Karenga and other forces pushed for us to have a cultural revolution to help break the monopoly that the oppressor group has on black minds, and we have to break out of that conceptual incarceration, particularly on this question of separation. So I applaud the Nation of Islam and Silas Muhammad's group and Dr. Klein and just all these people trying to push us toward true freedom. The essence of true freedom is Kujitagulia, or self-determination, the right and responsibility to pursue our values according to our definition of what those values are. So I know Viola Plummer, Elombe Braff, Roger Wareham, and all them folks. Councilman Barron gives a scathing critique of capitalism. And Kawaida philosophy, Sister Ava, defines capitalism as a system of the private ownership of the means of production, land, labor, capital, and that means of production is what satisfies human needs and aspirations. But the folks who are capitalists, they control the people and their needs with that profit motive. You know what I'm saying? The ongoing and ceaseless search for profits. We got to kick that to the curb. Right. So I appreciate what y'all are doing, and I'm right there with you, you know, so keep up what you're doing.
Too much. Oh, that's beautiful.
There it is. Oh, we're getting through. We're getting through and letting people know.
We're about to make this happen. All of this coming together. That's what it's about.
So, Dr. Ava, was this particular, I heard someone say it was on the internet, so can they go to, is there a website, or they just have to go?
Yes, there is. Okay. Yes, there is. www.projectseparation.com. And there you will get information about the town halls, the schedule of the town halls, and more important, it's interactive, and you will be able to register and sign the petition where you state that either you desire to separate, and if you don't, you just state that you can sign on to support it. You know, I always say at the town hall meetings, all Jewish people don't live in Israel, but I've never met one that didn't support Israel.
Good point.
And they moved the original people of that land to the side to come in there. We're not even in saying that. We're asking for what we're entitled to and what we are due. And so go to www.projectseparation.com for more information.
All right, got it. Well, Dr. Ava, we want you and your family, those who are traveling with you, to have a safe trip back to here to Chicago, so we can see you all smiling faces. And get ready for these last couple of weeks as we start 2019 and just kind of blow the doors off of injustice and ignorance and lack of economic opportunities and everything over this upcoming year.
And let's start with doing as Minister Farrakhan asked, and engaging in something that doesn't cost a dime, and that's acts of kindness.
Acts of kindness.
To one another. Let's start that now, and then let's never stop.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Brother Ashad, for all you do for our community. Thank you.
No problem. It's a pleasure to have the opportunity to interact with you and hear the guidance, and also hear from our people out in the WGCI listening universe. Oh, not just WVON listening universe. I said WVON listening universe. In trouble. All right. So, Dr. Ava, any final moments as we wrap up?
It's just may Allah bless us all with love and the light of understanding, and we will keep you posted on what is going on. Thank you so much.
Chicago and the voice of the nation. 1690 WVON Berwyn.